Welcome to the Omnic Recap, where every Sunday we look back at what happened during the past week in Overwatch. This week, the Overwatch team did an AMA on Reddit, in which they they confirmed a lot of stuff that we already know. But they did also give us an insight on the stuff that they are trying, and the reactions on those have been, a bit dramatic. But things are going to be just fine, trust me. I'll explain why in a few minutes. First, let's talk about the other news for this week. The Overwatch Halloween Terror event has officially started. Blizzard kicked off the yearly Spook Fest with a ton of cosmetics, including 5 legendary skins. Bat Echo, Vampire Hunter Brigitte, Coffin Bastion, Satyr Lucio, and my personal favorite, Jogger Reinhardt. I don't want to toot my own horn. Toot my horn. What kind of expression is that actually? It kind of sounds like a pull my finger joke. Anyways, 2 weeks ago I made a video in which I did some predictions on the legendary skins that we could be getting. It turns out I had 3 of the characters right, and I even predicted the Bat Echo skin. Seriously, I'm not bragging, I'm just as surprised as you are. It kind of feels like Blizzard just went down the list. I looked at which of the characters were still missing a legendary skins, and I picked those, which is the way that I make my predictions, so yeah. That adds up. All of these legendary skins look amazing. And if you're lucky enough, they'll drop out of a pumpkin-shaped loot box. But you can also buy them for 3,000 tokens. And for once, I'm not going to be an a-hole about these loot boxes, because I've seen people in my own community pulling out 3 legendaries in the first week. So they might have changed something. Except for me. I didn't get anything. It's starting to get personal, Blizzard. Besides the legendary skins, there's also 3 epic skins that you can unlock by doing the weekly challenges. This week, there's the gorgeous Skeleton Genji skin. Next week, there's the Enhariar Zarya skin. And in the last week, you'll be playing for that creepy clown Roadhog. You need to win 27 games to unlock the skin, an icon, and a spray. Wins count for 2 games. The new Halloween Terror event is complete without the return of Junkenstein's Revenge, the popular brawl that has you facing Dr. Junkenstein and his fiendly minions. This year, however, there are no changes to that event, something I kind of predicted too. We are at the tail end of Overwatch 1. The big changes will have to wait till Overwatch 2. And one of those big changes is going to be the removal of loot boxes, apparently, which was kind of confirmed this week, indirectly. See, Overwatch 2 has gotten its rating over in Germany, and while the current game is labeled 16+, the next game will drop to 12+. Now, the only reason that Overwatch 1 has a 16+ label are the loot boxes. They are considered gambling over here in Europe. So if Overwatch 2 is getting a 12+ label, we can conclude there will be no more loot boxes. And that is actually something they already hinted at in the past. Question is, of course, what will be replacing those loot boxes? Well, I already discussed the free-to-play topic last week, but in a future episode, I want to kind of dive into what the possible alternatives could be. So make sure to subscribe. One thing we can still expect to happen before Overwatch 2 is the McCree name change. And actually, that process already started. The latest patch, the one that started the Halloween Terror event, also removed voice lines that referred to McCree. That change was not mentioned in the patch notes, so you might have missed it. Now, this is the first and by far easiest step in the whole process, so I wouldn't hold my breath for a new name announcement in the next few days. On the other hand, I would not be surprised if the huge story arc that they were talking about and that they want to use to kind of incorporate McCree's name change will be released somewhere between the end of the Halloween Terror event on November 2nd and the start of the 2021 Winter Wonderland, which should be somewhere in the 2nd week of December. What do you think the new name is going to be? I'm still stuck on McCloud. On the other hand, if the lore is going to tell us that he took on another name to hide, switching from McCloud to McCree is a bit of a lazy move and not very effective. But yeah, we'll see. Now, about that AMA, the Hero Design and Balance team took out an hour of their busy day to respond to questions that people might have about the Overwatch League player test sessions. So nothing new popped up, except maybe 2 small things. First, we got an explanation on how Brigitte worked during that session. We already knew that she lost a stun for her shield bash, but we learned that in return she does more damage, it has a longer range, shorter cooldown, and it triggers Inspire. So that's not bad at all. And then there's the Doomfist Tank. Yeah. They explained that they're testing him internally, important, as a tank. Since, and this makes a lot of sense, his kit is based on crowd control. And in Overwatch 2, tanks will be the only ones that get crowd control. So now moving him away from CC would prove difficult. He is the dude with the huge fist. If he can't uppercut people, why is he logging that thing around? And let's be honest, Doomfist has always had more of that brawler feel to him. They are trying to find him a defensive ability, and they're going to tune down his damage, so they can find out if he'll be switching categories. And the responses have been divided, and that's understandable. But look, all these details that they're sharing right now, on top of some of the feedback that we've been hearing from the Overwatch League players, it is kind of weighing on the perception. And I personally think we just all need to, chill down. We, including myself, have been complaining in the last few months that we do not get enough updates on Overwatch 2, right? And that they don't listen and just execute. Now they are sharing. They are even sharing what they're working on in alpha. That's pre-beta. Literally nothing is set in stone. Everything can still change. You need to take into account that game design, and especially balancing, is not a straight line. It's more like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, in some cases, it's 2 steps forward and then 3 steps kind of lefty back. Because you need to test and iterate. It is in no way an exact science. Sure, they're all numbers and you could theorycraft the hell out of it, use scripts and models, but there is one huge unknown factor in all of the mathematics, and it's us, the players. The humans. We're all different. We all have a different skill level, a different approach. So they need time to figure that out. You set up playtests like they did with the Overwatch League players and get their feedback. And there's tiny bits of information that they're giving us right now. It's not to get our opinion per se. None of us are capable of looking at what they changed, at those patch notes or whatever, and clearly predict what the effect is going to be. Otherwise, we would be filthy rich. We can take a guess. Sure, we can take a guess. But to know how it will feel and how it will play, we need to try it. And we'll get our chance in due time. But that does not mean we should not give our opinion or our feedback, because there's more to these heroes than just balancing. And in the end, it shows that we're really passionate about the game and that we care. Just don't go too dramatic about it. I'm 100% convinced that Overwatch 2 is going to turn out just fine. Maybe not when the beta is released. Trust me, that's going to be a bit of a shock, because it will take a few patches, a few big patches even. But we'll get there. Trust me. These people know what they're doing, and I believe in them. You have to realize, even if you don't like what they're doing, they have been trying to balance 32 heroes over the last few years. Other games just balance a few and call it meta. You don't want that. But for now, my friends, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in my Twitch stream or in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. He could also use his fist to kind of recycle cans, right? Or cars. That could work.